You must master temporary defeat. Understand, most traders can't even handle a single loss. Most traders can't even handle one trade going against them. Understand, temporary defeat is inevitable in this industry. You're going to lose. You're going to get done over by the market. You're going to have thousands snatched away from you within an instant. You're going to have the market tap you out and explode in the direction you wanted. It's a cutthroat game, a ruthless industry. Up 5k, then gone minutes later. Most can't handle this kind of pressure. Most can't handle their emotions in the heat of battle. Most traders are 1 to 2 trades away from total destruction. This is why you must build yourself into the ultimate warrior that can withstand and accept temporary defeat. Know when to walk away. Know when you have been defeated. Know when to come back and fight another day. Understand, trading losses are inevitable. It's a part of the game. We as traders must learn to accept it, learn to embrace it, learn to take it like a champ. When you have taken a losing trade, use it as fuel, use it as energy, see it as a test to become even more disciplined, to become even greater, to show no weakness to the market and enemy, to show no emotional or impulsive reaction, to not give in to temptation, to not act out of revenge but with logic, but with mindfulness, with unmatched discipline, with unwavering self-control and restraint. This is where most traders crash and burn. They know they shouldn't react. They know they shouldn't revenge trade. They know they should just accept defeat. They know they should just walk away, but they simply can't. The short-term survival mind has taken over and the emotional pull is too strong to resist. Logic and reason no longer exists in the mind. The caveman brain has full control. Only until the damage has been done and the moment has passed is where the traders can finally see clear again. Natural human psychology is the opposite of how you should actually trade. As humans throughout history and evolution, we have always strived to control the outcome, because outcome determines survival. Outcome determines success or failure. To the caveman mind, the outcome means life or death. This is why so many traders cannot detach themselves from the individual outcome. They are still operating from the caveman brain. They do everything in their power and ability to control the outcome. Willpower, determination, aggression. Great for 10,000 years ago, not so great for today. We must understand that trading is a game of probabilities. The logical thinking brain can accept that, however the emotional survival caveman brain cannot. This is a struggle that many traders face. There is a constant tug of war going on in the mind. Caveman brain versus logical brain, battling for control, battling for authority. Depending on the experience and the level of the trader, 90% of the time the caveman voice will win, because that's what it's always done. That's what it's programmed to do, survive and protect you. The inner caveman doesn't accept or understand trading probabilities. This is why you keep making the same mistake over and over. This is why you revenge trade. This is why you refuse to shut down the trade when it's going against you. This is why you refuse to walk away when you know you should. Caveman brain is in full control, trying to control the outcome, which we know in trading is impossible. This cycle just repeats itself until the trader either quits or finally learns through heavy losses that he must control and detach from the inner caveman. So how do we do this? The goal is to become conscious of the caveman voice. Know when it's trying to derail you. Know when it's trying to self-sabotage you. Know when it's not serving you. Listen to it, speak to it, and not act on it. Most traders don't even know it's happening. So once you're awake, once you're conscious, once you're aware of that inner caveman, that's when real change can happen. That's when you will master the caveman voice and finally start making consistent progress on your trading journey. Okay guys, so that is today's writing reflection. We must learn to accept temporary defeat. I truly believe this is the separation. The one thing that I struggled with so much when I first started trading was defeat, okay? Taking a loss, taking multiple losses, having my expectation not being fulfilled. And this is probably one of the hardest things to master, because I always talk about those two minds within. You always have that logical thinking brain and you always have that caveman brain. When you first get into trading, you are in survival mindset, okay? You're trying to win every single trade. You don't want one trade going against you. You want to win everything. Your expectations to win. But, you know, as you progress, as you learn, as you evolve, as you go along the journey, you understand that the individual outcome means nothing. The individual outcome is irrelevant, okay? We always have to think of the probabilities. And I truly believe with trading, you have to unlearn and relearn. The normal human being comes into trading, will lose. They will crash and burn. They will lose thousands upon thousands, and they will make the same mistake over and over again, because natural human psychology is the opposite of how you should actually trade. So you have to fail, you have to learn from your lessons, you have to dust yourself off, and you have to keep moving forward. I want you to get this point in your head. You must learn to accept temporary defeat. Where was it to? okay? Most people are 1 to 2 trades away from total destruction. This is why you must build yourself into the ultimate warrior that can withstand and accept temporary defeats. Know when to walk away, know when you have been defeated, know when to come back and fight another day, okay? Because that's like the hardest thing to do is nothing, okay? But the most important thing to do in trading 90% of the time is inaction. Inaction is actually action, okay? So for example, I would take a trade. The trade would go against me. I would be down 1%. I take another trade, goes against me. I'm now down 2%. Survival brain comes in. Caveman brain comes in. I'm trying to control the outcome. I'm trying to get back what I've lost. I know I should walk away. I know I've been defeated. I know I should come back and fight another day, but I simply can't because of that caveman brain. This is why every time I take a loss, every time a trade goes against me, I'm like, right, this is it. This is a test. See this test as a challenge, okay? Use it as fuel, use it as energy to become even more disciplined, to become even greater, to show no weakness to the enemy, to not give in to temptation, to not act out of revenge, but with logic, with mindfulness, with unmatched discipline. Because again, this is where most traders crash and burn. They know they shouldn't react, they know they shouldn't revenge trade, they know they should just accept defeat, they know they should just walk away, but they simply can. And that was me. I could never walk away. I literally could not walk away. I would place a trade, it would lose, caveman brain comes in, revenge trade, let's try to get back the money. And this is why so many people crash and burn. This is why so many people make the same mistake. This is why you cannot walk away. How many times have you been in a position where you know you shouldn't take that trade? How many times have you been in a trade where you move your stop loss just a little bit, hoping and praying that it will go back down or go in the direction that you wanted? I've done that so many times. Because it always comes back to those two voices, two minds, two brains within us. We have the logical thinking brain and we have the caveman brain. Start repeating it in your mind, okay? Every time you take a loss, every time a single trade goes against you, you have to say to yourself, okay, this is a test right now. I'm being tested. How am I going to respond? How am I going to react? Understand 90% of people will revenge. 90% of people will react out of impulse and temptation. You have to ask yourself, what path are you going to go down? Are you going to go down the path of the masses, or are you going to go down the path of personal excellence? And it's hard, it's difficult. Of course, like, you're going to revenge trade, you're going to make the same mistake, you're going to crash and burn. I always say that in my videos because you have to unlearn and relearn. People think that, you can read a book, you can read Letting Go, you can read Trading in the Zone, and you're just going to pick it up and apply those principles. But that's not realistic. That doesn't actually happen. You have to learn through trial and error. Of course, some people do that, but it's all in trial and error. And that's the way it is, and that's the way it always will be. Most people cannot handle losing. Most people don't want to lose. But in trading, losing is not actually losing. You're just on the wrong side of probability. Okay? Your job, your role, your mission is to execute your trading plan religiously, flawlessly, over 100 trades, over 1,000 trades, over 12 months, over 24 months. Okay? So the point of this video is to learn to accept temporary defeat. Most people can. And I always say, do you want to be most people that crash and burn, the 90% that always lose? Or do you want to win? Do you want to pursue personal excellence? Okay, 90% of traders lose. What makes you think you're any different? What separates you from the pack? Well, this is it. You must be an absolute master at losing. So I hope you got some value from this video. I hope trading's going well. I hope you're being disciplined, following your trading plan. We are here for probabilities. One single trade does not matter. This trade right now, I couldn't care less if it goes up or it goes down. The only thing I care about is the process, the performance. Trading my plan flawlessly every single day, regardless of the short-term outcome. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, as you can probably see, I'm not in the car today. It's absolutely roasting in the UK right now, so there was no way I was sitting in there and doing a YouTube video. So, changing the scenery up a little bit. As you can see, I've got the charts in front of me. I've got a live trade going right now, so we can monitor that. And today I want to share with you one of my writing reflections. I truly believe trading is 90% mindset, 10% technicals. And, I'm always writing to myself. I'm always writing about how I can improve, writing about the market to myself. And that's what I want to share with you today. So let's get to it. There is no room for error in this game. No room for weakness against this enemy. One little mistake can set you back tremendously. You risk too much, you go against your plan, all your hard work, all the correct decisions you made can be taken away from you in an instant. 1 minute of rage, one minor impulsive decision can undo all your hard work within minutes, setting you back days, weeks, months, even years for some. This game, this market is ruthless. Any weakness will be exploited. Your job is to learn from your mistakes mistakes and learn fast. There is a reason why 90% don't make the cut. Most traders will make the same mistake over and over again. Most traders will never learn to control and master their caveman voice. 90% of traders have zero self-control. 90% of traders have zero self-accountability. Okay, understand self-accountability and discipline is king. And your job is to build yourself into an unbreakable, unshakable individual in all realms of life. Unmatched self-discipline, unmatched focus, fully responsible and accountable for everything in your life. Anything less than personal excellence will not make the cut in this game. Over the top, maybe. Obsessive, absolutely. But for me, this is what it takes. A price must be paid for greatness. Are you willing to pay it? So that is today's writing reflection, guys. And that's what you need to remember. There is no room for error in this game. One little mistake can set you back tremendously. Days, weeks, months, even years. And I'm always speaking about my own experience, my own journey, my own lessons, okay? I've made multiple mistakes. I've made the same mistake over and over. Because I gave into emotions, I gave into short-term temptation, greed, fear, seduction, and the caveman voice, short-term thinking, survival brain took control. With trading, you have to be on point at all times. Because the thing is, I like to say in trading, how you do anything is how you do everything. You need to be on point in all realms of life, because if you don't, that can influence and impact your trading results. And that's why every single day you have to be monitoring yourself, you have to be improving in all areas, you have to be making sure you're controlling your emotions, because you're only one decision away from total destruction. You could be up 5, 6, 7% and then all of a sudden you're in a bad mood, you've had a bad day at work, you've had a bad day in your life, and you take it out onto the markets, and then what happens? You're down 4, 5, 6%. And then what do you think you do in that situation? Most people, when they're down 4, 5, 6%, do you think they're patient? Do you think they're disciplined? Do you think they stick to risk management? No. The caveman voice is in control. That takes over. Revenge trade comes into play. And what happens? You dig the hole even deeper. And then in that situation, the account's gone, your emotions are gone, you're mentally gone, you're financially destroyed. And that's why in trading, it is a ruthless game, a cutthroat. I always say trading is an elite sport, a cutthroat business. Most traders are here today but gone tomorrow, and that is why I'm very over the top. I'm very obsessive in trading and in all areas of life. People say it's over the top, people say it's obsessive, but I truly believe this is what it takes to be great. A price must be paid for greatness in the markets. And this is what we have to do. Every single day we have to show up. Every single day we have to monitor our emotions, our beliefs, our attitude, our behavior, our daily actions, our daily choices, because it can all have an impact on your trading. Because there's so many times when I've been doing very well, I'm up 1%, I'm up 2%, I'm up 3%, and then all of a sudden I make one bad decision and everything spirals out of control. I lose all my profit, I lose my account, I lose my head. Because at the end of the day, we all know what we have to do. Every single trader, every single person knows the answer to the question they're asking, okay? I know I need to be risking 1% at all times. I know I need to be following my trading plan religiously, flawlessly, every single day, regardless of the short-term outcome. So that is today's trading video, guys. Any weakness will be exploited. This game is a cutthroat, okay? Your job, your role, your mission is to build yourself into an unbreakable individual, pushing yourself in all realms. Trading, fitness, training, relationships, all areas. Okay, how you do anything is how you do everything. Okay, so that is today's video. And little trading update. I have finally taken a position in June. This is my first trade so far.